Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Bruce Wayne, and here I am to make things easier for you. So today's topic is going to be web applications and security. हम लोगों ने काफ़ी questions practice किए हैं from each of these units, but हमारा web applications and security वाला जो chapter था वो थोड़ा रह गया था. From this chapter, you'll be getting questions worth about 10 marks. And to be honest, there are only two easiest units in your entire syllabus for IT 402. The first one is ICT skills, and the second one is this unit itself. So now this chapter is broken down into a couple of parts. अगर आपको ये चैप्टर अच्छे से लर्न करना है, यू विल हैव टू रिमेंबर सम कपल ऑफ टर्म्स एंड देयर डेफिनेशंस. यहाँ पर ज़्यादा कंसेप्ट वाइज आपको कुछ लर्न नहीं करना है. सो लेट्स लुक एट टुडेज टॉपिक्स. फर्स्ट वी विल कवर एक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑप्शंस. कैसे आप किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी को एक्सेसिबल कर सकते हो फॉर पीपल हु आर नॉट एबल टू यूज़ देम प्रॉपरली. हम लोग नेटवर्किंग फंडामेंटल्स देखेंगे, instant messaging, chats, blogs, online transactions. I hope you are very well versed with all of these. It's not like कि आप first time use कर रहे हो या फिर सुन रहे हो इसके बारे में. And also we will cover internet security. Again, some of these topics might be covered in ICT chapter itself. So that's why this is an easier session. So for everyone who's new to this channel, my name is Bruce Wayne. I'll be covering some of the topics today from web applications and security. But अगर आपको फिर भी कोई doubt आ रहा है, you can feel free to comment under any of my videos, or you can also connect with me on Instagram. My handle is akash7.7. Also, if you're planning to take IP or AI in your class 11th, you can follow this channel because I'll be posting a couple of videos for those courses as well. So without wasting any time, let's begin with the session and talk about accessibility options. Now, let's say, who was this famous physicist? I hope you remember his name. His name is Stephen Hawking. Now, he suffered from a neurodegenerative disease, जिसकी वजह से he could not speak, he could not walk. Yet, because of these assistive technologies, जैसे आपको ये monitor दिख रहा है, यहाँ पर there are some elements connected through which he used to be able to talk. Now accessibility options आपको ये option देता है if you're handicapped or not very well versed with the physical world, कि आप easily इन सब चीज़ों को access कर सको. So they are designed for people with disabilities so that they can use the technology more easily. Example, text to speech. Now text to speech helps you to convert words into some sounds. जो लोग बोल नहीं सकते उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन है. नाउ देर आर टू टर्म्स दैट यू नीड टू रिमेंबर. एक्सेसिबिलिटी का मतलब होता है आपका जो ईज है, ईज ऑफ यूज, वो डिफाइन करता है एक्सेसिबिलिटी, यूजर फ्रेंडलीनेस. ऑल्सो देर इज अनदर टर्म कॉल्ड असिस्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी. Now, assistive technology, as we saw with Stephen Hawking, was enabling him to interact with the real world and create new theorems or maybe even teach other people. So that's the benefit of assistive technology, that it makes technology accessible to everyone. Now, especially everyone के अंदर वो लोग आते हैं जिनको some type of impairments है, maybe cognitive, visual, auditory, motor and speech. Let's quickly look at them. Cognitive matlab related to the brain, they are not able to process the things properly. Visual impairments related to the eye. Hearing impairment, maybe they're not able to hear properly or they're completely deaf. And motor or dexterity impairments, as we saw in the case of Dr. Stephen Hawking. Now these accessibility options are enabled in most of the operating systems जैसे Windows 11 or maybe Mac OS. So if you go to your Windows system, so this is not only Windows 11, Windows 10, 7, XP and so on. But Windows 11 में आपको सबसे ज़्यादा accessibility options मिलेंगे, जैसे for vision, for hearing, for interaction. There are other options as well. So हम लोग जल्दी से देखते हैं कि कौन कौन से options आपको available होते हैं in Windows. First of all, there is a magnifier. As the name suggests, आपकी स्क्रीन पे कोई भी चीज़ को आप मैग्नीफाई कर सकते हो if you're not able to see them properly. Narrator is a text to speech utility. Now आपकी स्क्रीन पे जो भी टेक्स्ट आ रहा है उसको कन्वर्ट करता है साउंड में so that you're able to hear it properly. Again, this is for people who are not able to see properly with their eyes. On-screen keyboard helps people with who do not have a keyboard or who have difficulty in using the keyboard. इससे आपकी स्क्रीन पे एक वर्चुअल कीबोर्ड आ जाता है जो आप माउस के थ्रू यूज कर सकते हो. A high contrast window again for people who are not able to see properly or maybe they're not able to visualize the colors in a proper way. So उनके लिए high contrast setting होती है जिसपे black color होता है, and with that they have very bright colors like yellow or neon orange. So let's talk about various disabilities and how accessibility options makes it easier to use them. So first of all is related to eyes. High contrast हम लोगों ने देखा आपकी स्क्रीन पे चीज़ें ब्राइट हो जाती है. The contrast is increased so that you're able to see them properly. Removal of background images. Sometimes you're not able to focus or people are not able to focus on one image अगर उनके background में बहुत ज़्यादा दूसरी images present है. So this part removes the background images so that you can focus on only one part of the screen. Making mouse easier to use by changing the color and size of the mouse pointer. So right now if you see this pointer, it is quite small, but for people with visual disabilities you can increase the size of the mouse pointer like this, or maybe you can change the color from red, blue and green. So these are the accessibility options present in multiple operating systems. You can also turn on mouse keys. Mouse keys enables you to use the mouse using your keyboard. Keyboard के right hand side पे if you see there is a numeric keypad which looks like this. So आप keyboard के use से mouse use कर सकते हो. Making keyboard easier to use. Sometimes people have some disabilities which makes them shiver a lot. तो जब वो लोग कीबोर्ड पे कीज प्रेस करते हैं तो मल्टीपल कीज प्रेस हो जाती हैं, और मे बी समटाइम्स यू आर नॉट एबल टू यूज़ बोथ योर हैंड्स, या फिर आपके जो बटन्स है फॉर एग्जांपल कंट्रोल प्लस ऑल्ट प्लस डिलीट. नाउ दिस ओपन्स your task manager, but sometimes people are not able to press all these buttons together. So in order to remove this, आप एक one by one करके भी press कर सकते हो like 1, 2 and 3. To enable this there is an option of sticky keys, and toggle keys helps you hear the caps lock signs or the scroll lock signs, which makes the keyboard easier to use. Visual alternatives to sound. Sometimes people are not able to hear properly, so उनके लिए visual notifications आती हैं. If you have seen your mobile phones or maybe laptops, there is a highlight whenever you receive a message or an email. So those types of notifications are known as visual notifications. Also, if you have seen Netflix or Amazon Prime, जब भी कोई movie चलती है या maybe TV series चलती है, you can see subtitles below that, right? There is some sort of text. Same capability is added to these operating systems so that you can see what is going on the screen. So there are text captions for spoken dialogue. For example, if you want to rename a file, so when you get the menu after right clicking, so you will be getting a text notification below your screen what are the options present for you. Let's move on to the next part where we talk about the internet and networking. Now, how do we define a network? So any two electronic devices, if they are connected to each other, maybe using wires or wireless, and they are able to communicate with each other or maybe transfer some files, maybe send messages, such two devices are called to be in a network. Now this network can be as small as 2 computers, or it can be as huge as a million computers, million devices connected together. And the biggest network known to mankind is the internet, artificial network I'm talking about. Now what are the advantages of network? You can guess. जैसे आप files share कर सकते हो एक दूसरे के साथ, music share कर सकते हो, images send कर सकते हो. Hardware sharing, जहाँ पर एक ही कंप्यूटर को 2 लोग यूज़ कर सकते हैं at different places. Now if you have seen ICT skills where we talked about distributed OS, उसके थ्रू आप हार्डवेयर शेयर कर सकते हो, एक ही हार्ड ड्राइव, एक ही जीपीयू, एक ही प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम. आप एप्लीकेशन भी शेयर कर सकते हो. For example, one application can be used by multiple users over a network. And also user communication, definitely like email or maybe WhatsApp or probably YouTube as well. Okay, so these are the advantages of networking. Now networking जब हम लोग define करते हैं, there are two types of networks. एक होता है peer to peer architecture. Now this word might be new to you. If not, then it's well and good. But in this type of architecture, there is a network between multiple devices and each device is equal. There is no discrimination between the device. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक device ज़्यादा important है दूसरे से. All of these devices are equal in nature. So this type of network is known as peer-to-peer network. Another type of network is where one of the computers or one of the devices has a special task or is more important than the others. For example, this is a server and all these devices are connected to the server. For example, YouTube server. Now you might be using a PC or a mobile. In this kind of a network, the YouTube server is more important because it is giving you the videos, it is giving you the shots and access to all the material on YouTube. So this type of architecture is known as client server. Which one is the client? Which one is the server? So server is the one which provides you some service or some kind of data, whereas the clients are the one which are using that data. ठीक है? Let's move on to types of networks. अलग type of networks भी होते हैं जैसे personal area network, local area network, MAN and WAN. From your board's perspective, this is important as well as this. Now, what is the difference between these? Let's have a look. Local area network is within a very small area. जैसे आपका school हो गया, maybe computer lab. So in places में जब भी PCs और devices एक दूसरे के साथ connected होते हैं within a short area, it is known as a local area network. Whereas जब आपका बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा area है, for example an entire city, more than a city, or an entire country like India, that is known as a wide area network. So now as you can guess, जितना छोटा network होता है आपकी जो speed है उतनी ही ज़्यादा होती है, and जितना बड़ा network होता है आपकी speed उतनी ही कम होती रहती है. The most popular wide area network is definitely the internet. And wide area network is generally used by businesses, governments, etc. So this is the diagram which can easily explain the difference. So local area network can be in your school. Then metropolitan area network can be many schools in a city, for example, Mumbai. And then many cities together like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, which means an entire country is connected. So that is known as a wide area network. तो हम लोग इंटरनेट को कनेक्ट कैसे करते हैं, इंटरनेट के थ्रू कैसे कनेक्ट करते हैं? सो यू माइट बी यूजिंग एनी डिवाइस लाइक अ कंप्यूटर और मे बी आईपैड, या फिर आप मोबाइल भी यूज़ कर सकते हो. सो व्हेन यू यूज़ एन आईपैड और मोबाइल, आप डायरेक्टली सिम के थ्रू कनेक्ट करते हो. बट व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग अ कंप्यूटर, अगर आप लैपटॉप यूज़ कर रहे हो, सो इन अर्लियर डेज देयर यूज्ड टू बी अ डिवाइस कॉल्ड अ मॉडेम. व्हाट डज द मॉडेम डू? It converts electrical signals into analogous signals. Now analogous signals क्या होता है, you might be asking. So earlier telephone lines के through जो signals pass होते थे उसको हम लोग analog signals बोलते हैं. Right now we don't use modems, हम लोग routers generally use करते हैं. But modem is a device that converts digital signals into analog signals. And it also does the same process. For example, you are sending an image to your friend. So from this the data travels. आपका जो digital data, it converts into analog and goes here. And when your friend is sending an image, so again he will send it from this way. It will go into the modem and it will convert the analog signal into the electronic signal. Okay, so we have discussed about modem, but modem telephone lines से connected होता है. Telephone lines definitely are connected to the internet service providers. What are internet service providers? If I give an example, you will be able to understand. जैसे Airtel provides you with internet. Geo provides you with internet. Vodafone provides you with internet. So now all these companies help you gain access to the international connectivity of the internet, right? So हम लोग इनको ISP बोलते हैं. So आपके जो डिवाइस हैं लाइक PC और मोबाइल, they might be connected to, probably आप जियो यूज़ करते होगे, maybe एयरटेल. Now all of these devices have an address associated, but ये address normal address जैसा नहीं है, जैसे flat number 18, this and this colony, that's a city. Not like that. जो आपका IP address है, that is a numeric address which looks like this. There is a network ID, or which represents your ISP, and there is a host ID which actually represents the number of your electronic device. You don't have to remember all this, but just understand what IP address is. IP का full form होता है Internet Protocol. As we discussed about ISP, all computers or all devices connect to the internet through the internet service provider. Now there can be multiple ways to connect to the internet. Earlier days में एक dial up होता था, बहुत slow speed होती थी उसकी, using modems. Then came broadband, जहाँ पर आपकी speed थोड़ी बढ़ गई. And these days we are using wireless connections like Wi-Fi or maybe fiber optic cables. So in increasing order of their speed. So these are some of the common internet connectivity. Dial-up is a wired connection. DSL is again a wired connection. Cable internet access is also wired. And these three are wireless. I'll be sharing these notes in the Telegram group, so you can have a look there. So for your board exams, from your exam perspective, you need to remember which one is wired and which one is wireless, and also their full forms. Also remember WiMAX is used in areas जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा mountains होते हैं. So जहाँ पर आपका internet connectivity थोड़ा weak होता है, WiMAX makes it easier to access internet. How does data travel through the internet? Now let's imagine I have a friend called Virat, and there is another friend called Rohit. Now Virat lives in Delhi and Rohit lives in Mumbai. Virat wants to send an image to his friend using the internet. So what he does is he uses WhatsApp. So this is the image. Your WhatsApp or maybe any ISP breaks this image. आपकी जो image है इसके छोटे छोटे pieces हो जाते हैं, and each of these small pieces are called packets. So आपकी एक बड़ी सी image छोटे छोटे packets में divide हो जाती है, and then these packets travel through multiple electronic devices, multiple ISPs to reach the destination. So now this is Virat and this is Rohit. And this breaking down happens with the help of internet protocol. Now each of the packets के आगे एक address लिखा होता है. So for your board exams this is not important, but just remember कि ये जो packets होते हैं इनके ऊपर एक address लिखा होता है कि कहाँ से आ रहे हैं and कहाँ को जाएंगे. A couple of full forms that are necessary for your exams. Just by heart them. You might get a question on this. World Wide Web, obviously, every website on the internet starts with www. It is a collection of all the online web pages on the internet. Web servers are the places where your websites are stored. For example, on YouTube, you can find many videos, many channels. So all these channels, all these videos are stored in web servers. Now web servers को बहुत ज़्यादा data store करना होता है. So that's why they have separate places in various cities all over the world. You don't have to remember this part. Just remember what the web server does. You might have seen various URLs. आपने websites देखी होंगी. तो websites are divided like this. You don't have to remember these parts, but just know कि URL का full form होता है Uniform Resource Locator. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इंस्टेंट मैसेजिंग. यू आर ऑल वेरी वेल वर्स, सबने यूज़ किया होगा टेलीग्राम ऑब्वियसली, व्हाट्सएप, इंस्टेंट मैसेंजर. सो की फीचर्स क्या होते हैं इंस्टेंट मैसेजिंग के? यू कैन वीडियो कॉल, you can switch your status from green to white, और you can also go invisible. आपके जो messages होते हैं सारे secured होते हैं, encrypted होते हैं. No one else apart from the sender and receiver can understand the message, and you can also save the message, या फिर आपकी history available होती है इन सारे instant messaging softwares में. Now there are two types. One is web based and one is application based. द ओनली डिफरेंस इज कि आप एप्लीकेशन को अपने डिवाइस पे डाउनलोड करते हो, वेर एज वेब बेस्ड में आप ब्राउजर पे जाते हो, मे बी क्रोम, एंड देन यू कैन यूज द इंस्टेंट मैसेजिंग सॉफ्टवेयर. दोनों के लिए इंटरनेट लगता है, बट वन इज ऑन योर डिवाइस एंड वन कैन बी एक्सेस्ड फ्रॉम ब्राउजर्स. टॉकिंग अबाउट ब्लॉग्स, ब्लॉग्स हेल्प यू टू क्रिएट पर्सनलाइज वेबसाइट्स. आप अपने इसका सबसे सिंपल एग्जाम्पल है इंस्टाग्राम. नाउ यू माइट से कि इंस्टाग्राम ब्लॉग नहीं है. इट इज़ एक्चुअली अ काइंड ऑफ माइक्रो ब्लॉगिंग साइट जहाँ पर आप अपनी पर्सनल पिक्चर्स अपलोड कर सकते हो, साथ में कैप्शंस डाल सकते हो. पीपल आर एबल टू कमेंट अंडर योर फोटोज एंड हैव अ डिस्कशन. सो अ डिस्कशन स्टाइल वेब पेज दैट अलाउज यूजर टू क्रिएट पर्सनल वेब पेजेस इज नोन एज अ ब्लॉग. आप इसको एक पर्सनल डायरी जैसा ट्रीट कर सकते हो बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी ईजी टू यूज़. देर इज़ ऑल्सो समथिंग नोन एज ऑफलाइन ब्लॉग एडिटर्स, जहाँ पर आप अपने ब्लॉग्स क्रिएट कर सकते हो ऑफलाइन, बट इन ऑर्डर टू पोस्ट देम यू डेफिनेटली नीड द इंटरनेट. टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शंस, हम लोग ने देखा है यूपीआई इज़ द मोस्ट बेनिफिशियल ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन वे टू सेंड फंड्स अक्रॉस द कंट्री. सो ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन क्या होता है? मेथड ऑफ पेमेंट वेयर द ट्रांसफर ऑफ फंड्स हैपन्स ऑनलाइन. आपको कैश देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली आपके बैंक अकाउंट से फंड्स डिडक्ट होते हैं एंड आप जिसको सेंड कर रहे हो उसके बैंक अकाउंट में वो फंड्स ऐड हो जाता है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम यूपीआई देर आर अदर वेज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड बैंक ट्रांसफर, मे बी IMPS, नेफ्ट. Threats on the internet. Now since we are using the internet to send money, it becomes important to know कि इंटरनेट पे क्या क्या चीज़ें आपके साथ हो सकती हैं. So let's talk about a particular threat. This is an attacker and he sends you an email जिसमें for example the original website is amazon.com और amazon.in, right, जहाँ से आप चीज़ें खरीद सकते हो. But let's say this attacker has created a fake website called Amazon with the double Z .in, right? This is a fake website. So attacker sends you an email and you receive an email from this website and you think that ये तो सही website है, let's buy something from there. So when you go to this website, you will be asked to enter your details. Maybe आपके कार्ड की डिटेल्स पूछी जाएंगी, आपका आधार नंबर पूछा जाएगा, आपका नाम पूछा जाएगा, एड्रेस पूछा जाएगा. एंड एट दैट पॉइंट आप ये सब चीज़ें अगर डाल दोगे फेक वेबसाइट पे, तो इस अटैकर के पास आपकी सारी डिटेल्स आ जाएंगी. This type of attack is known as a phishing attack, and this mail which was sent to you is known as a spoof mail or maybe a fake mail. So two types of threats. First is phishing, जहाँ पर attempt किया जाता है कि आपके पैसे चोरी किए जाए या फिर मे बी आपकी आइडेंटिटी. हाउ इज़ दिस पॉसिबल? एज वी सॉ, आप उस फेक अमेजोन वेबसाइट पे गए, आपने अपनी पर्सनल इन्फॉर्मेशन डाली. सो विद दैट पर्सनल इन्फॉर्मेशन द अटैकर कैन टेक योर मनी फ्रॉम योर बैंक अकाउंट और मे बी एक्ट लाइक यू ऑन द इंटरनेट बाय स्टीलिंग योर आइडेंटिटी. स्पूफिंग इज pretending to be someone else on the internet. As we saw, अगर आपको एक fake website से email आता है, that email is known as a spoof email. How to prevent all this? Use a secure password. Never click on unreliable links. Antivirus को आपको install करना पड़ेगा and update रखना पड़ेगा उसको. Always keep the firewall active. So couple of other terms. So for example, if you're on Chrome, you are looking at YouTube, watching probably my video. So जब आपकी history create होती है, so this history is stored in the form of cookies on your web browser. तो जब नेक्स्ट टाइम आप यूट्यूब पे जाओगे, यूट्यूब विल रिमेंबर कि आपने क्या क्या चीज़ें विजिट की थी. Backup, as we all know, is a copy of your data. Antivirus software, all these things were covered in ICT skills. So with this, let's move on to online transactions. ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग. ऑल राइट, द प्रोसेस ऑफ बाइंग गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज ऑनलाइन. कभी कभी आप अमेजोन से बुक्स खरीदते हो, या मे बी फुटबॉल शूज, और मे बी सम अदर आइटम्स दैट यू नीड. सो ऑल दीज वेबसाइट्स प्रोवाइड यू द ऑप्शंस ऑफ बाइंग ऑल दीज मटेरियल्स फ्रॉम द comfort ऑफ योर होम. सो दीज आर द बेनिफिट्स. काफ़ी कन्वीनियंट है ये, आपको बहुत चॉइसेस मिलती है, एंड ऑलवेज यू माइट फाइंड डिस्काउंट्स गोइंग ऑन. एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि रात के 12 बजे के बाद यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू शॉप. यू कैन शॉप ऑनलाइन 24/7, and it becomes very easy to send gifts to relatives. Now with this, we have finished this unit of web applications and security. So last couple of things related to safety at workplace was not covered. I have specially not covered it because these are all common knowledge. अगर आप question देखोगे, you will be able to solve them. Even then, if you find a difficulty in this, please feel free to ask on the Telegram group. If you like the video, please do not forget to do the same. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Till then, stay awesome. Bye bye.